Hey everybody, in this video we are going to do a brief review of radicals. We're going to simplify a couple radicals and we are going to we're going to convert between exponential form and radical form. So our first radical here, the square root of 180, the first thing I want to do is look for any square numbers, especially I want the biggest square number that goes into 180. So the first number I'm going to check is 9. 180 divided by 9. Okay, so 9 is a square number and it goes into 180. 9 is 3 squared. That goes into 180, but 4 goes into 20 and 4 is a square number. So I think 9 is not the biggest square number that goes into 180. So let's try 4 squared is 16. So let's try 16. No, I know 25 is not going to go. So how about 36? 6 squared is 36. 180 divided by 36 is 5. And there's no square numbers that go into 5, so 36 would be the biggest. So we've got the square root of 36 times 5 times r cubed. The square root of 36 is 6. And when there's no number here, this index is 2. So what I'm looking for the variable here is groups of 2. I can take one group of 2 out of this 3. So I'm going to take out r to the first power. And now the leftovers. This 5 was left over. And when I took a group of 2 out of this 3, there was 1 left over. So 5r. Next, we have a cube root. So I'm not looking for a square number that goes into 384. I'm looking for a cube number that goes into 384. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So let's try 8. 384 divided by 8 is 48. So I know 8 goes into 384. Let's just see if there's a bigger cube number. So we'll try 3 cubed. 3 cubed is 27. 384 divided by 27. No, 27 doesn't go into 384 evenly. How about 4 cubed? 4 cubed is 64. Does 64 go into 384? It does 6 times. So I think 64 times 6 is going to be our best bet here. So 64 times 6 times x to the 8th cubed root. So the cubed root of 64 is 4. How many groups of 3 can I take out of this 8? I can take out 2 groups of 3, so x squared. And then the leftovers, this 6 was left over. And when I take 2 groups of 3 out of this, that's taking 6 out. There's 2 left over. So there is my simplified form. Next, we're going to rewrite in exponential form. Okay, so here the index is 2. The index is always the denominator in the exponent form. So I have 7b, and I want to raise that 7b to the 5 halves power, to the 5 over 2 power. So we have 7b to the 5 over 2, and we want to keep that 7b in parentheses. So the 7 and the b both are raised to the 5 over 2 power. Here we have 10p raised to a power. The index is the denominator, so that's going to be 2 over 5 to the 2/5 power. And last, we're going to start in exponent form and rewrite in radical form. So 2n is going to be under the radical. The index is the denominator, so the index will be 6, and that will be raised to the 5th power. And then we have x under a radical. The index is this denominator, 4, and it is to the 5th power.